Amity Vineyards is in the Eola Amity Hills, which is in the northern Willamette Valley. The vineyard sits at about 400-foot elevation at the bottom of the vineyard, up to about 850 feet at the top of the hill. It's just above the town of Amity, south-facing vineyard that's heavily influenced by the Van Duzer corridor, which is the lowest point in the coastal mountain range. And that low point pulls in cool air at night, so we have really big diurnal shifts at the vineyard, and during the growing season have pretty hot days, but then very cool nights. Amity was planted in 1971, first vineyard in the Eola Amity Hills. Jerry and Ann Preston were the folks that planted Amity Vineyards before any of that came online for winemaking purposes. Myron Redford had purchased and finished planting the vineyard from the Prestons. So it was planted in 71 through 1974, and Myron Redford purchased the vineyard in 1974. He then built a winery on site, and so not only is Amity Vineyards the first vineyard in the Eola Amity Hills in 1976 when the winery was built and then utilized for winemaking. In 1976, that was the first winery in the Eola Amity Hills. A lot of history there. My name's J.P. Kalklu. I'm the Director of Winemaking for Union Wine Company and Amity Vineyards. I was drawn to those wines early on because of their transparency and how pretty they are. They were more reminiscent of Burgundy than any wines I'd had from America. So I, right off the bat, as a young wine drinker, was intrigued by Amity. It was love at first sight for me. I mean, it's a beautiful spot, beautiful vista, beautiful vineyard. Even the red barn that has served as the winery since the mid-70s has a certain charm to it. So. Amity's planted mainly to Pinot Noir. There are also a few acres of Pinot Blanc, and there's a little bit of Riesling. It's all own-rooted and dry farmed. So we've got some 50-year-old vines out there that are dug pretty deep into the earth. I would say as we learn Amity and some of the surrounding vineyards in the Eola Amity Hills more and more by working with them year in and year out, we're fine-tuning our winemaking skill and style, but all with kind of an eye to the future, but also staying in touch with the past and trying to be respectful of that. And who knows, I mean, the beauty of the northern Willamette Valley is that each vintage is very different, and these wines tell the story of a vintage. So I know the approach we'll take from a winemaking standpoint for vintages in the future, but we're left to, we've left it up to, or Mother Nature is going to make the decision as to what the future vintages look like. We're here to try and use his light of hand to kind of guide each of those vintages to their truest form of expression. So I'm excited to see what future vintages have to show us.